please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody. So today I want to take a look at what is wrong with the Dallas Stars. They are a team that have been greatly struggling here recently, have not won a game in the month of March. It's really been going on for a few weeks now. They have not been playing well, and they're losing ground in the Western Conference, and they're a team that if they continue to lose here, they could be in some trouble. They need to get back into the win column. And they need to start, winning some games again, because the teams ahead of them are pulling away, and the teams behind them, which is more important at this point in the season, are catching up. And that's going to be an issue for Dallas if they continue to lose. So before we fully get into it, I do just quickly want to say, please subscribe to this channel. If you are new and are not yet a subscriber, we've got lots of great hockey content coming your way as we head into the playoffs here. And if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button and give this video a like. Those really help the channel a lot and are much appreciated. So the Dallas Stars right now, third in the Central Division, where they've been for most of this season, certainly most of the second half of the season, but they are just 3-5-2 in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 straight now in regulation. They've lost 6 in a row, including overtime losses. They have not won a game since February 25th against Carolina, and it's been a rough stretch here for Dallas. They're at 82 points right now. St. Louis and Colorado have both pulled away in the Central Division standings. St. Louis is 10 points ahead now at 92, and Colorado is 8 points ahead at 90 points. Just a month ago, Dallas was fighting with those two teams for the division lead. They were right up there with Colorado and St. Louis and in the mix to win this division. Obviously, St. Louis and Colorado have continued to win, continued to excel. Dallas, on the other hand, has gone the other way, and I think they've pretty much eliminated any chance they had of finishing higher than third in this division. And actually, the teams behind them are starting to catch up, as Dallas has not been able to keep pace. In Nashville is up to 78 points now. Winnipeg is up to 78 points now. So Dallas has only got a 4-point cushion ahead of those two teams. And Minnesota is only 5 points behind them now in the Central. So they're starting. Not only have they lost the race at the top, and they've been, Dallas or Colorado and St. Louis has pulled away from Dallas. They're also getting caught at the bottom, and that is more of an issue at this point in the season, because Dallas probably now isn't going to catch Colorado or St. Louis, but they certainly don't want to be going the other way and losing ground and dropping either to a wild card spot or potentially even out of the playoffs. Now, I don't think Dallas loses their playoff spot. I think they're going to be a playoff team this year. They've been a winning team all season long, except for the very beginning. They did have a very slow start, but since then they've been fine. But they've got to start winning some games here again. This isn't not the best time of year to go through a losing streak like this. And especially when you have desperate teams like Nashville, Winnipeg, and Minnesota right on your heels, who desperately need as many points as they can get to try and get into a playoff spot. It's not the time to be losing if you're the Dallas Stars. So let's take a look here at their recent schedule and just see what's going on here with Dallas. Why haven't they been able to pick up any wins, any points here? As they've only gotten 2 points in their last 5 games, and both of those were OT or shootout losses. So if we look over their last 5 games here, well, something is going to stick out to you. Last night against New York, 2 goals. Game before against Nashville, 0 goals. Game before that, also against Nashville, 0 goals. Game before that against Edmonton, 1 goal. There's their last 4. Now let's go back to the end of February 29th against St. Louis, 3 goals. So that means in their last 5 games, they have scored 3, 4, 6 goals. 6 goals in their last 5 games for the Dallas Stars. There is your problem right there. There's your answer. 6 goals in the last 5 games for the Dallas Stars. This team cannot score. And when you look at the entire season, they've been a defense-first team all year long. They only have 180 goals for on the season. Almost every other playoff team, actually every other playoff team in the West, is over 200 goals for. Dallas is still 20 away from 200. They're probably not even going to score 200 goals this season. There's a chance Dallas doesn't even score 200 goals this season. The only other playoff team in the entire NHL who's in a playoff spot right now that has less than 200 goals is the Columbus Blue Jackets, who also have 180. And they're in the last wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, only in the playoffs by a point. Every other team in a playoff spot has over 200 goals scored. Dallas only has 180. Now, the good news for Dallas is they only have 177 goals against, and most of these teams have given up over 200 goals as well. So Dallas has been a defense-first team all year, all season long, all year long. They're a team that wins with defense and keeping the puck out of their net. But that can only get you so far, and at the end of the day, you have to be able to score goals to win games. And even if you only give up 1 or 2 goals, if you don't score, you're not going to win. So they've got, offense has been the issue. And when you look at it here now, yes, they gave up 4 goals last night to the Rangers. That's kind of a lot for them. But both games against Nashville, a 1-0 loss, a 2-0 loss. Those are winnable games that if you just score a goal, you're probably going to get a point out of. But they were not able to even score a goal. They only gave 1 up in the Saturday game. They only gave up 2 on Thursday. That's not bad defense. That's still high-level NHL defensive play, but they're just not able to score. The Tuesday before that, Edmonton, 2-1 overtime loss. They only scored 1 goal. They only gave 2 up. Still could not get the win, because they can't score. Offense is an issue for this Dallas team, and I think that's going to ultimately be what hurts them in the postseason. I think they're going to, when they lose in the playoffs, it's going to be because they just cannot score goals. And it's been an issue all season long. As I've said, they've only got 180 goals on the year. You can win with defense. You can win, keeping the puck out of your net. But if you're going to win that way, you have to be able to pull out the 1-0, 2-1, even 3-2 type wins. You have to be able to score at least a little bit. And this team has not been scoring. And that's the issue. So Dallas here, sinking in the Western Conference, now 10 points behind first place in the division. Only a 4-point cushion to the good now for the Stars over this last... particularly the last 6 games that they've only gotten 2 points out of a possible 12 in their last 6. That's not a position that you want to be in this late in the season, especially as you're trying to gear up for a playoff run. I don't have high hopes for the Stars in the playoffs because I just don't think the offense is there. And we're seeing their numbers across the board. Players just are not putting up the point totals with this team that they could be and that they probably should be. I mean, they've got big name players offensively that, like Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, Alexander Radulov, Heiskanen, and Klingberg on the back end, but they're not putting up a lot of goals and they're not putting up a lot of offense. And if you're not going to score goals, you're not going to win games in the NHL. Obviously, you can't go out and play every game 5-4 or 6-5 and try and win that way, because we've seen time and time again that doesn't work. But you have to be able to score more than 1 goal a game. And right now, Dallas is only scoring about 1 goal a game, and you're not going to win in the NHL with that, no matter how good your defense is. Doesn't matter how many goals you don't give up. Unless you're getting a shutout every single game, which is completely unrealistic, you're not going to win scoring 1 goal a game. So Dallas has got to pick it up here offensively. They got to find a way to start putting the puck in the net, because that's the reason that they've been slipping in the standings. And they've been, struggling so much here recently. They cannot score goals, and they're going to have to figure that out before playoff time, or they're going to be one and done in the playoffs. And with a Dallas team that's performed this well all season long, and that's been in the mix in the Central Division and been up there with Colorado and St. Louis, I don't think their fans are going to be very happy if they go one and done in the playoffs. They made the second round last year, and this Dallas team was supposed to be significantly better than last year's Dallas team, but it looks like they're going to finish. They're going to finish third in that division. They're going to either get St. Louis or Colorado in the first round. Whoever doesn't win the division, and no matter whichever that is, that's going to be a very, very tough matchup for the Dallas Stars. So hopefully they can get back on track here, start putting the puck in the net a little bit, and start getting back into the win column, because they're slipping here recently. They're struggling. They've pretty much lost any chance of moving higher in the division. Now they got to make sure that they don't get caught from behind from a team like Nashville or Winnipeg or even Minnesota. But with that, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.